They have vending machines that sell you an ass. They have vending machines that sell you fresh fish. But what they don't have in Japan is a vending machine that sells you Coca-Cola. Here are 25 facts about Japan to blow your mind. Number 25. If you travel to Japan and find yourself in the middle of nowhere with no one around, do not be alarmed if a few seconds later a car appears out of nowhere going at full speed. It may seem scary, but in Japan, cars have the right of way over pedestrians. This law was put in place because Japanese citizens were complaining that they were getting hit by slow-moving pedestrians who were too busy taking in the sights. Number 24. In Tokyo, there are more than 150 million people walking around. To get anywhere, you have to navigate through crowds of people, which is why it's best to learn how to walk in a straight line while keeping your head down. The person in front of you will likely also be doing the same thing, which means you have a much lower chance of bumping into them. Number 23. One reason why the Japanese population is so polite has everything to do with their language. Words like please and thank you are mandatory when speaking to elders. You can actually make someone feel very offended if you don't use the correct words of respect. If you wanted to say thank you to a male elder, you would say arigato gozaimasu. And if you wanted to say thank you to a female elder, you would say arigato gozaimashita. Number 22. Japan is the only country in the world where a driver's license is not issued upon reaching the age of 18. Instead, you have to wait until you are 20 years old. That's because the Japanese government believes that people under the age of 20 aren't emotionally and mentally ready to drive a car. However, they can get a motorcycle license at the age of 16. Number 21. When walking in public, Japanese people try to keep a safe distance between themselves and other people. That distance is called uchikomi and is usually about an arm's length. In America, we call that personal space, and it's different for everyone. Some people like a lot of room, while others like to be pretty close. But in Japan, it's just rude to get too close to somebody. It doesn't matter if you know them or not. Number 20. A salaryman is a term used to describe white-collar workers in Japan, usually men. These guys work really hard and usually have very little time for anything else besides work. If you see a man wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase during the day, there's a very good chance he is a salaryman. Number 19. Japanese toilets have all kinds of cool features. For example, they have a bidet, heated seats, automatic cleaning spray, air dryers, and more. But one of the most popular features in Japanese public toilets is the sound masking system. These toilets have speakers that play sounds to cover up any noises you might make. Number 18. After the Second World War, Japan experienced something called the baby boom. Between 1947 and 1949, there was a huge increase in the birth rate, which resulted in millions of babies being born. By 1955, Japan had over 10 million more people than they could support. So the government did something crazy. They encouraged young adults to marry later in life. Number 17. Did you know that Japan is home to over 30 active volcanoes? Mount Fuji, the country's highest mountain, is also a volcano. But even though Japan is prone to volcanic activity, it has never experienced a volcanic winter. A volcanic winter happens when ash and gases block sunlight, causing temperatures to drop and winters to last longer. Number 16. Vending machines are everywhere in Japan. There are hundreds of thousands of them throughout the country, selling everything from snacks and drinks to electronics and umbrellas. The best part is that many of these machines accept credit cards. Number 15. Alcohol consumption in Japan is surprisingly high. In fact, Japan ranks third in the world for alcohol consumption per person. Only Lithuania and Czechia have higher rates. On average, Japanese people drink 8.2 liters of alcohol per year. Russians come in second at 7.5 liters per year. Number 14. Have you ever seen a cat cafe? Well, in Japan, they have something similar called a maid cafe. Waitresses dress up like maids and serve you coffee and food while cleaning the tables. At first, these cafes were mostly frequented by young men looking to escape the stress of daily life. However, more recently, women have started going there as well. Number 13. There's a famous love hotel in Japan called the H2O. This hotel offers guests a unique experience with its underwater themed rooms. The walls are made of glass and the floor is covered in sand, giving guests the feeling that they are sleeping under the sea. Number 12. In Japan, a salary is just an average number. Most companies offer performance-based salaries, meaning the more work you do, the more money you make. Many companies also offer bonuses for excellent performance. Number 11. The cost of living in Japan is relatively low compared to other major cities in Asia. For example, rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Tokyo is around 70,000 yen per month. That's about $500. Of course, prices vary depending on location and size, but overall, Japan is a very affordable place to live. Number 10. Despite being surrounded by water, Japan is actually one of the driest countries in the world. In fact, it receives less than 40 inches of rain per year. Most of the rain falls in the mountains, leaving the lowlands very dry. Number 9. Japanese people are very passionate about their food. They take great pride in their cooking and are always trying to improve their skills. Many Japanese people believe that food is the most important part of any gathering, and they go to great lengths to make sure it is perfect. Number 8. Have you ever tried sushi? Well, if you haven't, you're missing out. Sushi is one of the most popular foods in Japan, and for good reason. It is delicious and very healthy. Plus, it is a great way to show respect to elders. Number 7. The traditional Japanese garment is called a kimono. Kimonos are beautiful, flowing robes that are worn on special occasions. They come in a variety of colors and patterns and are often very expensive. Number 6. The Japanese art of paper folding is called origami. Origami is a fun and relaxing hobby that can be enjoyed by people of all ages. All you need is some paper and a little bit of patience. Number 5. Japanese gardens are world-renowned for their beauty and tranquility. They often feature lush greenery, koi ponds, and stone lanterns. Taking a stroll through a Japanese garden is a great way to relax and connect with nature. Number 4. One of the most popular tourist destinations in Japan is the city of Kyoto. Kyoto was once the capital of Japan and is home to many beautiful temples and shrines. Number 3. The Japanese Alps are a stunning range of mountains that is located on the main island of Honshu. The Alps are home to some of the country's best hiking trails and ski resorts. Number 2. In Japan, the Prime Minister is elected by the people every 4 years. The current Prime Minister is Shinzo Abe. Number 1. The official religion of Japan is Shintoism. Shintoism is a nature-based religion that emphasizes harmony with the natural world. That's all for today. See you next time.